Good morning, Micah 7:7. This is the day the Lord has made. The cure for all the ills and wrongs, the cares, the sorrows, and the crimes of humanity all lie in one word, and that is love. Love is the divine vitality that everywhere produces and restores life. To each and every one of us, it gives us the power of working miracles if we will. Dr. William Sadler was a famous psychiatrist, and to sum up what he said is that the majority of all diseases and sufferings was directly traceable to worry, fear, conflict, immorality, to unwholesome thinking and unclean living, and that the acceptance of the principles and teachings of Christ with respect to the life of mental peace and joy, the life of unselfish thought and clean living would at once wipe out more than half the difficulties, diseases, and sorrows of the human race. The famous Sermon on the Mount, Jesus taught that if you want God's blessings, you must first make things right with your brother or sister. God will not accept our worship or our gifts when we have aught in our heart towards others. Jesus said, "Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar and rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift." Matthew 5:23-24. The multitude of people Jesus was teaching were acquainted with altars. It was part of their worship. After they had erected an altar, their gift, whether an animal or whatever was given to God, was placed there. He in turn would bless them and accept their offering to him. This was a strange new teaching. Jesus said, "You cannot offer your gift to me first, but first you must get hard feelings out of your heart and make things right with anyone who has offended you, and then you can worship." Jesus knew that the blessing came when there was love or unity. It is impossible to walk in the level of miracles and receive answered prayer when the heart is filled with tension, torment, and rage. So before receiving a miracle, there must be a cleansing of the heart. When there is a clean heart, there is freedom. This following story demonstrates it so well. A man once went to church with an angel as his guide. Every seat in the church was filled, but there was something strange about it all. The organist moved his fingers over the keys, but no music came forth from the pipes. The choir arose to sing, and their lips moved, but not a sound was to be heard. The pastor stepped to the pulpit to read the scriptures, but not a sound was heard. The congregation joined in repeating the prayer, but not a single sound was heard. The pastor again stepped to the pulpit and went through all the motions of preaching, but the man with the angel heard nothing. So he turned to the angel and said, "What does this mean? I see that a service is being held, but I hear nothing." The angel replied, "You hear nothing because there is nothing to be heard. You see this service just as God sees it. These people are not putting their hearts into it, and so God hears nothing. He hears only that which comes from the heart and not that which comes from the lips only." As the angel was speaking, back in the last pew, they heard a child saying, "Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." The angel said, "You're hearing the only part of this service that God has heard. He hears this little child's prayer because she means what she says, and she puts her heart and soul into it. People that do not love build walls about them." Love is something that will free mankind more than anything else. It is amazing how people live in quiet prisons of privacy and desperation. Miracles thrive in the atmosphere of love. They shrivel and die in the atmosphere of hate, because the person who hates is consumed with negative feelings. Dr. Macmillan described in the following paragraph what occurs when someone hates another. "The moment I start hating a man, I become his slave. I can't enjoy my work anymore because he even controls my thoughts. The man I hate hounds me wherever I go. I can't escape his tyrannical grasp on my mind. The man I hate may be many miles from my bedroom, but more cruel than any slave driver. He whips my thoughts into such a frenzy that my inner spring mattress becomes a rack of torture." Dr. McMillan further states what can happen when hate is replaced by love. Jesus said, "Love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you." This is the scriptural and psychologically sound method of changing our feelings. It will work as many wonders as ever ascribed to Aladdin's lamp. Well, I hope this story encourages you today and that you allow the love of God to flow through you everywhere you go. God bless. Have a wonderful day.